They ought to get rid of daylight savings time.
Why?
Well, look. It's 8 o'clock, and it's still light outside.
So, in Finland, it stays light until midnight.
How do you know? Have you ever even been to Finland?
No, but they call it the land of the midnight sun.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
I wish they didn't make us wear these gowns.
I think they're comfortable.
It looks like we're all going in for surgery.
Are we? Are we all having surgery? Am I?
Relax.
That's exactly what they want. They want us to relax and be comfortable, and then once you get relaxed and comfortable, BAM! Surgery.
Relax.
See? She's probably working with them.
Who?
The doctors.
Don't be silly. She's not working with a doctor. She's exactly like
I
one of
am
us.
one of you, yes.
I wish I could have surgery.
Come to think of it, my spleen has been acting up.
Do you think I could have an appendectomy?
No one is having surgery. We are here for our group session.
I wish our group was bigger. Then there'd be more people to talk to.
Why do we have to have group anyways?
Because we are all exactly like crazy people.
What do you think about this? No bars at the zoo.
Wouldn't the animals get out?
No. There's a high iron fence around the whole zoo, and the animals are just free to roam around inside, anywhere, just like in the wild.
But wouldn't that be dangerous?
No. The people travel through the zoo in little cages with wheels and a motor.
What if you were one of those people in a cage and you had to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, you step out of your cage and a deer would attack you.
A deer? What about like a lion or a tiger?
It is a well-known fact that more people are attacked by deer than are attacked by both tigers and lions combined.
And when do all these attacks happen?
As a matter of fact, they happen at night while people are driving in their cars.
You just go to the bathroom in your cage, just like the animals do now.
Oh, I wish the doc would get here.
Yeah, let's just get the session over with.
They're probably watching us. They're observing us to see how we react under pressure.
What pressure?
What about this? While the peanut is still growing, we inject the peanut plant with jelly. It's brilliant! It would save at least a couple of steps.
You should be an inventor.
Thank you.
I wish I was an inventor.
Can we have a little peace and quiet before the session starts? I'd like to get my thoughts in order.
Do crazy people have ordered thoughts?
We are not crazy, we're just eccentric.
Oh, they lock us in here because we're eccentric.
I can't be eccentric. I'm not rich.
I think we must be crazy, but they're hiding it
We
from
are
us.
not crazy.
How can you be sure?
All right, let's put it to a vote. Raise your hand if you think you are crazy. All right, raise your hands if you think the person next to you is crazy.
Instead of raising hands, what if we had levers to pull? And each pull of the lever would count as one vote.
Enough! I forbid you to talk.
I wish you had forbidden me to talk.
I forbid you all!
Excuse me. I'm looking for a Sam Johnson. Are you Sam Johnson?
Who wants to know?
Are you Mr. Johnson?
Maybe. Who are you?
Well, I guess there's no harm in you knowing now, Mr. Johnson. I'm Death.
Death.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Are you here for group session?
Hardly. I'm here for you, Mr. Johnson.
Uh-huh. You're Death, as in dead, as in Grim Reaper.
That's right, Mr. Johnson. That is one of my names.
One of those levers would come in handy right now. Hey, you guys, I think there's this guy here for group, but he doesn't know it yet.
Who?
This guy.
What guy?
This guy right here!
Imaginary friends are not in your profile.
They can't see or hear me, Mr. Johnson,
Why not?
because I'm Death. I only appear to those who are about to die.
Hey, can you guys see this guy? Right here? He's right here. He's got this outfit on. Do you see him? No.
No one's there.
Now that that's settled, Mr. Johnson, you have exactly 15 minutes before we have to be on our way, so I suggest...
Whoa. I am not Mr. Johnson.
What?
You've got the wrong person. I'm not him.
But when I came in, I asked you if you were Mr. Johnson, and you...
And I said maybe. Maybe, as in perhaps, possibly, might be, might not be.
But I really don't...
But nothing, I'm not him. Hey, You guys, is my last name Johnson?
No.
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 See?
But I appeared to you.
That's not your fault. Or that's your fault, not mine.
Then which one of them is he?
I'm not telling you.
But. All right then.
I'm not a snitch.
Guess I'll have to do this the hard way. Ladies and gentlemen, I am looking for Sam Johnson.
Where'd you come from?
It doesn't matter which of you is Sam Johnson.
Don't tell him! Don't tell him! Don't tell him! He's dead!
Would you stay out of this?
No! He's the Grim Reaper, everyone! Don't tell him anything!
Huh. You're a death, huh? I thought you'd be taller.
I wish he was taller.
Why do you want Sam?
Well, what he said is true. I'm deaf. It's Sam's time to come with me.
All right, we may be crazy, but we are not that crazy. That there's no way you can get us to believe that you are death.
I don't care if you believe me or not. I just need to know which one of you is Sam Johnson.
We're not telling you.
But what do you think about this? Instead of the Grim Reaper, you could be the Grim Farmer. That way you wouldn't have to carry a sickle around, and you could ride a tractor. Then you could plow souls into the afterlife. No one uses a sickle anymore.
Hey, where is your sickle?
It's actually just a prop. It's not necessary. What is necessary is that I find out who Sam Johnson is. First, I can eliminate the women.
Why?
Because the name is Sam Johnson.
Sam as in Samuel?
Or Sam as in Samantha.
Well, Now look here.
Well, which is it?
I don't know.
Well, what does your notepad say?
It just says Sam.
Looks like you got a problem, buddy.
Would you like to join our group session? It's supposed to start in 15 minutes.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I've got to be gone in 15 minutes. Make that 13 minutes and 45 seconds with Samuel or Samantha Johnson, or there are going to be some serious repercussions.
Okay, here's the deal, mister. We don't really believe you are who you say you are. You see, if you really were death, we would tell you about Sam Johnson, no problem. But as it is, there are some things that are worse than death. For instance, you could be a DMV employee.
Or a politician.
Or an IRS auditor.
Or a proctologist.
Or a dentist.
Or a proctologist dentist.
Or maybe you're even a math teacher. We'd hate to give Sam up to a math teacher.
I am none of those things.
Then perhaps you wouldn't mind showing us some identification.
What? I don't have any identification.
Well, then how are we supposed to know who you are?
Well, when I first appeared, I only appeared to him. What was your name?
Ha! Nice try.
But the rest of you couldn't see me.
Well, how do you know we couldn't see you?
I wish I couldn't see him.
Maybe we were just like those plastic people that stand in the stores modeling clothes, and that's why we didn't look at you.
You know, the government puts cameras in those things to keep an eye on us while we're shopping.
Now, what about this? Every car comes with a fold-away mannequin that pops out and sits in the passenger side so that everyone can drive in the carpool
Now,
lane.
Mr. So-called Death, why do you think we couldn't see you?
Because I only appear to the one who is to come with me.
But you appeared to all of us.
I am running late. I only have 12 minutes now. Normally, I would hang out in the room undetected until I was sure which of you I was to take. Then I would appear to just that one and we'd be on our way. But I didn't have that time.
So you broke the rules.
Yes, I broke the rules. I just thought it wouldn't hurt this one time.
I wish I could break the rules.
You shouldn't break the rules. You could just end up like one of us.
I know. I just needed to make up some time. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. Can't you people just be reasonable?
Do you even know who you are? Perhaps we didn't see you when you first came in because we are all crazy.
Oh dear.
You can say that again.
I think he's one of the doctors trying to spy on
Let
us.
me confer with my colleagues, Mr. Whoever you are, and we'll let you know. Cover his ears. All right, we've decided to help you out.
Great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate
If
this.
you can prove to us that you really are Death, then we'll tell you about Sam Johnson.
Prove.
Yes, prove.
I think you're a doctor in disguise, studying how we cope with death.
I see. Then I shall prove it. Everyone, look out that window. You see those birds perched on the telephone line? Watch the third one from the left. Convinced?
You killed a bird?
Don't you have to wait until it's the bird's time?
There are different rules for animals.
Big deal. I can do the same thing with a BB gun.
Cover his ears again. All right, you're deaf.
Good, I'm glad that's settled. Now about Sam Johnson.
All right. Sam Johnson is definitely one of us and is in this very room.
And which one of you is Sam?
We're not telling.
But you agreed that if I proved who I am, that you
We
would then
tell you
me.
about Sam Johnson, and we've told you. Weren't you listening? Sam is one of us and is in this room.
You people are trying my patience.
What are you gonna do about it?
I think you should get a new notepad. It's a little more details.
I had one.
Let me guess. You lost it.
No, I just left it back at the place.
Place.
9 minutes.
I think you should invent a machine to take you back in time, and then you could take a class on deductive reasoning.
All right.
Very good.
Wait a second. You. I can eliminate you.
Why?
Because when I came in, you said your last name wasn't Johnson, and you asked all of them if your last name was Johnson before you even knew who I was, and they all said no. Aha! Gotcha!
All right. It's true. You got it.
Good. One down. So what's your name?
Sam Johnson.
See,
What?
Yeah, I was just teasing with you. I'm Samuel Johnson.
It's true. He's Sam Johnson.
And what's your name?
Samantha Johnson. Nice to meet you.
oh, where are my manners? Hello, I'm Samuel Johnson.
Hi, I'm Samantha Johnson. Have we met?
Oh, I'm Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnson here. Nice to make your acquaintance.
I've been very patient, but now I'm done. I have just about 8 minutes until I have to do what I have to do. You forced me into a position that I don't want to be in.
That's life.
I suppose that's true. So I'm just going to have to make other arrangements,
So we win?
in a sense. Sam Johnson, whoever you are, you have a 5 in 6 chance that I will not take you tonight.
What do you mean by that?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I don't feel so good.
Sue, what's wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
Here, stay sitting down.
What is it? What's wrong with her?
You did this to her.
Yes,
Why, she is not the one you came for.
I've had to make other arrangements.
Other arrangements? You mean Sue?
Yes.
That's got to be against the rules.
It will cause some more small inconveniences, yes, but there won't be nearly as much trouble as if I returned with no one.
That's not fair.
No. Death is not fair, but neither is life.
How am I to die?
Samantha Johnson.
Yes.
Interesting. I never would have guessed.
I'm sorry. I'm ready to go. You can release her.
You don't understand, Miss Johnson. You've won. You cheated death. You get to live.
No, that's all right. She was only protecting me. It's all the same to you. I'll come with you. It's my turn.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. Other arrangements have been made.
Well, unmake them. I'm ready to go.
Unmake them? Oh no, I've already made the adjustment and it will stand. I'm not allowed to make any more changes.
But Sue's my friend.
Don't worry, Miss Johnson. When her real time comes, you will join her.
Please, you can't do this.
It's already done. There are some rules even I cannot change.
How can you be so cruel?
I didn't want to take Sue. I came for the one I came for, but you all changed.
We
that.
won't let you take her.
She's as good as taken.
He's right. I can feel it.
You see, there's only one more thing to do.
What's that?
In approximately 6 minutes, I will simply touch Sue, and she will come with me.
Oh, I've got news for you. You're not gonna lay one icy finger on her.
That's right. We won't let you.
No?
No.
You're gonna have to get through me first.
You'll have to get through all of us.
Then please just tell me one thing.
Where'd he go?
He's gone.
How do you propose to stop me?
Wait, how did you do that?
Please, folks, I appreciate the heroics, I really do. But you must remember who I am. I am inevitable.
Sue, I'm so sorry. What did I do?
How much time do I have?
Just over 5 minutes.
And what happens if you don't touch her?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. If I don't touch her at exactly the precise time, the consequences would be... But I can't even begin to tell you all the trouble it would cause.
I would have liked to have had one last group.
Group?
Group session. That's why we're all here. We're waiting for the doctor to conduct our group.
I see.
She always liked our sessions.
Can you just wait until after our session? Just.
Sorry, I must take her at precisely 8:15.
Then let's have our session now.
But the doctor's not
So
here.
what? We all know what to do.
Would you care to join us?
Me? Oh no, I'm afraid I wouldn't be very good at it.
Well, won't you honor her dying wish?
I'm not sure she would want me in...
What, are you scared?
No, it's just that
Then sit down.
You're already in the doctor's seat.
Well, I guess it couldn't hurt. But we only have 5 minutes.
You'd be surprised what we can accomplish in 5 minutes.
All right, in the absence of the doctor, I would like to welcome everyone to group for this evening session. First, we have to tell everyone what our problem is. Deb, why don't you start?
Okay. I'm a dreamer and a wisher.
A what?
Well, I'm always wishing for something else. At least, that's what they tell me. I'm never satisfied with what's going on in the present. But I wish I was.
Good. Ron?
Oh, there's nothing really wrong with me. It's everyone else who's out to get me, and if you doubt me, just read the papers. You'll see all the cattle mutilations are up this year.
Thank you, Ron. Sam?
I'm Sam. I usually question everything, like, why did death come for me?
Bob?
Actually, my problem is that I'm a genius. I always have ideas. I'm an idea man, for instance. And you may be interested in this one, Mr. Death. A casket with a mechanical lever inside that lifts the corpse's arm. Pacow. So that when you say your final goodbyes at the viewing, the deceased would raise his hand, pacow, so you could shake it. See? It's brilliance like this which always gets me into trouble.
All right, I'm Anne, and my problem is that I always want to take charge and control everything.
Why is that?
Because I know everything. Sue, are you feeling up to it?
Yes. Yes, I want to participate. I am always comparing myself to others. I'm sorry. My answer wasn't as good as everyone
It was
else's.
just fine, Sue. The doctor would be proud of us admitting our faults like that. And what about you?
Me?
Yeah. The doctor always participates.
Come on, we all did it.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say.
Look, it's not that difficult. Just tell us one of your faults.
I don't think I have any faults.
Excellent, now you're really opening up.
Yeah, buddy. That must have been really hard for you to admit.
Next, we all have to say something that we like about ourselves.
Oh, me first.
Oh.
I'm an idea man. I have these great ideas, like, what if we feed the tuna fish mayonnaise before we catch them? Think of all the time that would save when you're in the kitchen.
I love the way I can imagine better things.
Finished.
I just wish sometimes my dreams would come true.
I like the fact that I can spot things that are out to get me.
I like the way that I compare myself to you guys. It makes me feel good.
I'm glad that I know more than everyone else.
I like how I have an inquisitive mind.
Well, I'm fair. I treat everyone equally.
The most unequal thing you can do is treat unequals as equals.
All right, time for Explore Our Past.
What's that?
Each of us has to tell something that happened in the past that has affected our lives.
I like this. It's kind of fun.
Fun. I don't know if you remember this, but we've met before.
We have.
When I was in grade school, there was this road nearby called Alisol Drive. It was a huge, steep hill that emptied out onto the main street of town. I had this idea that I would bomb Alisol with my skateboard after school.
Bomb.
It means to ride straight down, no slalom, no slowing, just straight down, picking up speed, momentum until you crash or run into the busy street below. Well, the word soon spread about what I was planning, and the whole school, all 25 of them, showed up to watch.
And what happened?
Well, everyone looked at me. I couldn't back out. I was scared to death. Yeah. But I stood up on my board, and I let gravity do its thing. I had made it about 3/4 of the way down, right about 75%, and doing about 30 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden it happened.
What?
I hit a pebble. I went flying probably about 20 and a half feet. I knew I was dead. It was like everything slowed down, and then I became completely aware of my surroundings, like this guy. That's when I saw you, standing in the crowd watching me.
Me?
When I landed, I rolled and spun and somersaulted, and then I stood up. I had a few cuts, a couple of scrapes, and a big bruise on my knee. Still a scar. But I was okay. I lived. I beat you.
It just wasn't your time.
Well, then why were you there?
I don't remember this exact incident, but if you really did see me, then I was probably just there just in case.
Just in case. I thought you only appear to people whose time has come.
Yes, but on some people take matters into their own hands and seem to insist on going before their time. If that happens, I need to be there, just in case.
When I was a little girl, Mrs. Porter's cat, Snibbles, was stuck out in a tree. We all called to Snibbles, even put some food out for her, but she just wouldn't come down. I remember Mrs. Porter's face and how worried she was. I remember thinking that if Snibbles didn't come down, she would die of starvation, or she would get so tired she'd eventually fall asleep and plummet to her death. And then one of the neighborhood boys started to climb the tree. It was a long way, but eventually he reached her and he pulled her down. Mrs. Porter was so grateful. I think I would like to do that someday. Save a life. Can you see into my future? Will I save a life one day?
I'm sorry, but there's only one thing I know about everyone's future.
Well, I just think that would be wonderful. If I could save someone's life, I would feel like my life was complete. I could even die doing it. It would be a true moment of no regret.
A true moment of no regret.
A true moment of no regret.
Interesting.
I thought about dying before. When I was younger, there was this boy in school who was so handsome and so charming. He was just perfect. I wanted him so much to like me romantically. But he didn't. I remember thinking I would just die if he wouldn't like me. My heart ached so bad. Every waking moment, he was all I thought about. I even wanted to end it myself just to make the hurt stop.
What happened?
Nothing. After a couple of weeks, the feelings went away, and I started to think clearly again. Even though I never told anyone about my feelings, I felt kind of dumb that I had obsessed about it so much.
Time heals all.
I got beat up in the 4th grade. I just started to walk home from school when I saw some of the bigger boys looking for me, or for someone to bully. I was all by myself, so they started chasing me. I ran so fast they couldn't catch me. I got to the end of the block, looked back. They were still coming, but I had put enough distance between us that I knew I could make it easily home. At least one more time around the block. Well, just then, Matthew Alexander came out from around the corner. He had run around the block the other way before they started to chase me. I was small for my age. I ate a lot of Twinkies. And Matthew, well, he was big. He'd been held back a year, so he was the oldest one in 4th grade. Lucky for me, he was my friend. He smiled as he came toward me. I thought he was going to help me, protect me, but then he grabbed me. I struggled, and they just laughed. He held me there until the other boys came to get me. Then he threw me down in the dirt. They all pounced on me. When it was over, I looked up at them in a mixture of dust and tears, and they were just laughing. The next day at recess, we were all playing kickball together, just like it never happened.
That's terrible.
I'm over it.
Very good, Ron. I'm glad to hear you feel you're over it, though you still remember it very clearly. How do you feel about this Matthew boy?
I hate him.
I see. Well, I also had an incident in grade school that hurt me badly, though not in the same way. We all turned in an essay entitled, Where Will I Will Be in 20 Years? There was one girl who did not do her essay, so she took the pile of papers and randomly pulled one out. It was my paper. She erased my name at the top of the page and wrote her own and then put it back in the pile. The next day, the teacher asked me why I didn't turn in a paper. And I explained that I did. We looked through the papers together and found it. The handwriting of the girl's name did not match the rest of the paper. The teacher called her parents and she got in a lot of trouble. And she blamed me. Can you believe it? She blamed me because she got caught cheating.
I got in a vicious fight with my sister.
Let me guess. Over a guy.
I wish it was over something as noble as that, but I'm afraid it is over something petty as money.
Money.
Yes, money. Money makes the world go round, and it keeps sisters from speaking to one another for years. Anne, when I'm gone, would you tell her I'm sorry for me? Tell her that it was my fault.
Was it your fault?
It doesn't matter now. Just tell her for me,
Sure,
will you?
I will. I promise.
Well,
Well, what?
it's your turn.
Me?
Yeah, we all said something from our past.
I don't know what to say.
Any regrets?
No.
Oh, that's nice.
Anything you feel sorry for?
No.
Anything you want to get off your chest?
Not really.
Are you telling us that of all the people you've taken across the other side, there's not one that you would have second thoughts about?
Well, there was this one guy.
Yeah?
Now, he deserved what he got.
What do you got?
Yes. As you know, there is a judgment and consequences.
Of course.
Well, this guy was rotten. He'd done bad stuff all his life, and then one day, during a robbery, he had a shootout with the police, and I had to come calling.
Oh, yeah, sure, you're deaf after all.
Exactly. But the thing is, he seemed like he had a good heart. If he had had a little more time, he might have changed his life around, you know, repented for all the rotten things he'd done. Then maybe things would have ended up different for the guy.
You never know, but I mean, it was his own fault.
I guess so, but there was that lady who got caught in that car accident last week. Her husband misses her so much.
I'm sure. I mean, it's just one of those things.
I try not to think about it, but sometimes it's just hard.
Well, it would be hard for anyone.
But there's nothing I can do about it. I have my rules, you understand.
Rules are rules.
And all those soldiers in the wars.
There, let it out, man.
Yesterday, Mrs. Jackson's German Shepherd, just down the street here, gave birth to a litter of pups. They were so cute. And I had to take 2 of them. I don't know why I had to get stuck with this job.
Hey, it's not your fault. I mean, someone's got to do it.
I know, but why does it have to be me? I'm so cruel. I don't know why I killed that bird. I shouldn't even be allowed to exist.
Hey, no. You're not that bad. I mean, you're actually useful and necessary.
I am.
Sure. I mean, you're being too hard on yourself.
No one even likes me.
Oh, okay. Now you're being ridiculous.
No, it's true. No one likes me. Everyone hates it when I appear.
Oh, come on. I don't hate you.
You don't?
Of course not. I think you're kind of nice.
You do?
Sure. Now just close your eyes and relax. Hey, I've got you.
Thank you. Oh, it's 8:15, and I didn't touch her.
I'm feeling better.
You made me forget about touching her.
Did I?
You did this on purpose. You got me talking and made me lose track of the time. You cheated me.
So you can't take her now?
No, you've seen to that.
Not bad. She'd have ducked twice in one night.
Yes, very good, Samantha. Very good indeed.
So, I saved her life.
Yes. You saved her life. Now I'm going to be in big trouble.
No, so I saved her life. This has been a true moment of no regret.
A true moment of no regret.
That's right.
I see.
I'm ready now.
All right. Samantha Johnson, let's go.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, Sam.
Good luck, Sam.
I will miss our sessions together, but I know you'll be watching.
I love you, Samantha.
Oh, I'll miss all of you.
Don't worry, Sam. They'll be seeing both of us again. Ready?
Yeah. Sure hope they have group in heaven. Heaven?
Yes, Miss Johnson. Heaven. Congratulations.
Oh,